Teachable is an online platform that empowers creators to sell online courses, coaching services, memberships, and digital downloads. But with so many course creation platforms to choose from, you may be wondering if Teachable is the right fit for you. That's why today I'm excited to share this complete Teachable tutorial so you can see exactly how it works and make an informed decision for your online business. Hey, I'm Melissa, and welcome back to Wit and Wire, where we help everyday experts turn their skills and passions into profitable online businesses. As you might know, I actually used to work for Teachable full-time before I started Wit and Wire. And to date, I've enrolled over 3,600 students in Wit and Wire's online business programs. With that in mind, here are my 3 main goals for this tutorial. First, I'll create a new Teachable account from scratch and explain the primary features that are included in your dashboard. Second, I'll show you how to create and sell online courses, digital products, and coaching services, including a preview of Teachable's time-saving native AI tools. Then third, I'll show you how Teachable's e-commerce tools can help you earn money online, including tools like order bumps, coupons, student referrals, sales tax handling, and more. First, let's create a new Teachable account. To get started, you can visit witandwire.com/teachable. For transparency, that is my partner link. And here you'll have the option to start with a free plan where you can sell one product of each type. And there is an additional transaction fee on top of standard credit card processing fees. Over time, you'll likely upgrade to Basic or Pro. And you can see a full comparison of all of these features by visiting witandwire.com/teachable. Now, to get started, I'm going to click Select Free, and I'll enter my name, email, and password and meet you in the dashboard. Here's our first look at the Teachable admin dashboard. And along the left, you can see the main menu. As a pro tip, if you click into any of the menu items, you'll see a sub-menu, and different icons have different options in their sub-menus. So I think that's a helpful tip as you start to navigate around. Now let me click the star to head back to the onboarding page called Get Started, and I'll walk you through a few of the options. So here we have users, where you'll see students and admins in your school. Site is where you can control the pages and branding. Sales shows all past transactions. Emails I'll circle back to, but it's really about sending emails just to students. It's not a full email marketing platform. And settings is where you can control all of the admin features of your school, including billing. Then under products, you can see different product types, including courses, coaching, digital downloads, community, and membership. And you can also bundle things together. Under plan, you can upgrade or change your Teachable plan at any time. And Teachable HQ, resources, help, and the T icon on the bottom right are all places where you can get help or support from the Teachable team. Next, let's customize the name and branding of your school. In Teachable, they use the word school to represent your account with all of your products. So to start, I'm going to head to settings, and on the general menu, I'm going to change the name of my school to the name of my business. And now you can see that show up in the top left corner. You do have the option to use an extra word like academy, but I typically stick with the same name for school name and for business name. I would recommend that you check out the rest of the settings on this page, but for now, I'm going to head over to the computer and phone icon, which is the site menu, and we're under the theme sub-menu, and this is where you can add a logo, which would go on the top left corner of your school, and a favicon, which is the small icon that appears here in the browser tab. So I'm going to click upload, and I'll just find a file from my computer. It's a bit zoomed in here, but we'll see how it shows up when we continue to build out our site. Now scrolling down, if you're on the Pro plan or up, you can remove Teachable branding from your footer. Below that, you have the option to change the font from one of these pre-selected options. So this is the full drop-down menu, so you might need to choose a font that most closely matches your branding if you don't see the exact fit here. Then at the bottom, you can change the colors by using hex codes to match your brand. So I'll go ahead and change a few of these and then click Save. Next, let's customize your domain. Still under Site, you can head to Domains in the submenu. And here you can see that you've been assigned a default domain with the root teachable.com. You can choose a different starter prefix, but if you want to use your own custom domain that you've purchased, you'll need to upgrade to a paid plan. For now, I'll just show you how you can add a Teachable domain. So if I wanted, I would use the name of my business here, and I tend to recommend something that you could say out loud in case you want your students to remember or bookmark this. But because this is a demo school, I'll just add the word example. From here, I might want to click this menu and make this the primary URL. So now I've updated my Teachable school to this URL. Again, if you didn't want teachable.com in your domain, you would need to use what's called a custom domain, which is only available on the paid plan, and Teachable has additional help articles to help you get things set up in your domain registrar. Let's also take a look at Teachable's page builder. Now we're under Pages, and here you can see the 3 default school pages are your homepage, privacy policy, and terms of use. You'll also have product pages, which sell individual or bundled products and coaching services. So for now, let's just take a look at the homepage. You can click the eye icon to preview it, but I'm going to click Edit to go into the page builder. On the left, we have different page blocks, and you can see that there are a few included by default, but you can also click Add New Block to see the list of options. Once you add a block, like a text block, it'll always go at the bottom and you can reorder them, but let's click Add. And once you add a block, you'll see the content settings here and the design settings on the right. If you click the back arrow icon, now I can see all of my blocks. I can reorder them here on the left, and I can delete a block or duplicate it here on the right. I'm going to go ahead and delete the one that I added, but you can see that this homepage is the main page anyone would land on if they visited the primary domain for your school. So the way that you use this page will likely depend on if you're using Teachable as an all-in-one platform, or if you've built a separate website on a platform like Squarespace or WordPress, which is generally what I recommend. So as an example, what I usually do for my Teachable homepage is I just create a simplified page. It almost acts as a login page because it's really just for my students, meant for them to access their courses. But again, the way that you use this page is totally up to you. Next, let's create an online course in Teachable. From the main menu, you can do one of 2 things. You can either use the Get Started page to start generating an outline using Teachable's native AI tool, or you can head over to the Courses tab and you can see the option to click Create Course. Here, you'll give it a title and description, and you can change this at any time. So I'll just add a quick example. Let's click Continue. And now you have the option to add a thumbnail image. So I'll tell you exactly what size the image should be. It's a 16:9 ratio or a rectangle. And this is the image that will represent the course when a student logs in to see the 1 or more products that they've purchased. You can use a stock image or design something in Canva, but let me grab something as an example. Here's my image for today, and I'll click Continue. From here, you'll be prompted to set a price, and you can definitely change this later. But for now, maybe I'll add a one-time purchase option and click Continue. And I'm just gonna go ahead with fictional dollar amount today. Maybe this is a $1,000 course, and name refers to the name of the price plan. So I usually go with one-time payment, or I might call it payment plan, and I'm gonna leave these blank for now. I'm also not gonna add an enrollment cap, expiration date, or limited product access duration. And with Teachable, if you enable a feature called BackOffice, you can turn on the Buy Now, Pay Later option. But I'll talk more about BackOffice coming up. For now, I'm going to click Continue, and this is where you have the option to generate your outline with AI, or you can start from scratch. I think this is completely up to you, whatever feels best for your workflow. But for today, just to show off the feature, I am going to generate my outline with AI. So let's click Finish and see what happens. After just a few seconds, our course is ready to go. And before we move forward, I'm actually going to back up to show you how to get back to this page. So we started under Courses on the side, and we added a course. So you can get back to this course and edit it anytime by clicking the name of the course, and this brings you right back to the landing page. Up next, let's edit curriculum in Teachable. From the course landing page, you can either click Edit Curriculum, or you can head to Curriculum on the side. I have my AI generated outline here, so you can see it's automatically added some sections and individual lessons. So a section is a named group, and it houses related lessons. So you can add a new lesson by clicking here, or at the very bottom of the page, you can click New Section or hover between to add a new section, although you can reorder anything as well very easily just through drag and drop. What I'm going to do first is click into one of these AI generated lessons to show you that it did add text as well. So it's up to you to decide if that tool is useful or if you would prefer to build from scratch or using AI tools elsewhere. But I am going to head back to curriculum, And what I'm gonna do is show you how to add a new lesson and add videos. Let's click add new lesson, and I'm gonna call this set your price point and click enter. And now I'll click the name of the lesson to bring me into the lesson editor. Here on the right, you can see different options to add content blocks to your lesson. So you can add one or more blocks. For example, maybe I want to add video and then I want to add text below it, or I want video with a PDF or a downloadable below it. So this is actually one of my favorite features in Teachable. I love how flexible the lesson builder is so that you can add as many blocks as needed to create the best experience for each individual lesson. So let's do one example by adding a video. You'll notice that you only have 10 lesson videos on the free plan, and I do think that that is a limitation that will affect a lot of online business owners. I'm going to drag and drop a video in here just from my desktop and click upload. It might take just a little bit, so we'll give that a quick second. All right, now the video is processing. So although it won't be ready to go just yet, you can see that the video is here. If I wanted, I could change the thumbnail on the side, or Teachable can auto-generate subtitles here, which I think is great. It's not available on the free plan. This feature in particular is one of my favorite AI features that Teachable has added so far. Just to show you this example, if you click add content, maybe I would add text below the video and talk about, an action item or more info here, and click save. And you can also reorder these at any time. I also want to show you an example of a downloadable. So maybe let's do a resource, and I'm going to drag and drop a PDF from my computer. You can see the PDF here, and I did wait a few minutes, so now our video has finished processing. As a quick pro tip, not only can you rearrange the blocks, but you can either click edit or the gear icon to see the settings for that individual block. So within the video, I could change the thumbnail or add subtitles. And if you add different types of blocks, then the settings might look different. So if you click add content, you can toggle back and forth between the different content blocks and the overall outline for your course. So you could click into a different lesson right here and quickly make edits throughout your course. Now I'm going to stay here and click add content just to show you a few more options. You can add a PDF viewer, which will house a PDF in more of a viewable embedded window. You can add audio files. You can add an image, embed media, or share code examples if you teach coding. And for those of you interested in quizzes, you can add a multiple choice or open-ended question. And under the multiple choice quiz, you can generate questions using Teachable's native AI tools. And what it does is it reads, I believe, the text for now in your lessons to help generate those questions. You can also add upsells to other products or invite students to refer people to your courses and products from right within a lesson. So I think it's great that they have a nice mix of tools, and it really helps you customize each lesson. Now let's go ahead and preview this in a new tab to see what it looks like. So here we have our video. And if I briefly just pause this, you can see the student controls along the bottom, and they do have their own note-taking area if useful, and they can also change the playback speed. Then we have the text I added as well as the download link here. So if somebody clicked on the link, it would download that PDF to their computer. On the side, you can see that this is marked as a draft, and that means that this is not yet available to students. So I'm previewing this as an admin, but if I head back here, you can see right now it says publish, and if you click the button, that would turn this green and indicate that this is now published and available only to students who have enrolled in this course. In fact, if I head back to curriculum, you can see just by a quick skim along the right, which lessons are published and which are unpublished, meaning that they're still in draft mode and only viewable for you. Next, let's set your course price. You saw this option when you created your course, but you can change or add a price point at any time by going into your course from the courses menu and clicking the name of your course. And then under pricing on the left, you can edit or add a price point. So I'll click add price. And this time, to show a different example, I'm going to click a payment plan. So within any product, you have the option to include one or more price points. So if you add a payment plan, maybe we'll do $250 times 4 to have the same fictional price that we had before. And I might call this 4-month payment plan. And I'm going to keep all of these settings as is, just like before, and click Add. Now we have 2 different price points, and you can see the checkout page by clicking Copy URL and putting that on your clipboard. Next, I'll show you how to customize your checkout page. So right now we're on the pricing page, and below it, you'll see sales pages. And this is where you can customize the sales page for your course. And if you click Edit as a brief detour, this page builder will look just like the homepage builder. But if you used Teachable's AI curriculum builder, then like me, you might see some existing content that is relevant to what you've built. So just as before, you can add new blocks. You can also go back and click into any individual block to either update the content or the design. So I'll let you build this sales page on your own. And I will say, as a quick tip, if you find that this design feels limited to you, what you might do instead is build a sales page on your primary website, built perhaps with Squarespace, WordPress, or something similar. And what you could do is use the link to the checkout page from the buttons on, let's say, your Squarespace sales page. If this is making sense, great. If not, I wouldn't worry about it. But I would say that the sales page builder is one of the weaker parts of Teachable's product because it isn't very customizable in the way that I think their curriculum builder is one of their biggest strengths because it's very flexible and customizable. Now, as promised, we're going to customize the checkout page. And when you click Edit, this will customize all checkout pages for this product at all price points. So we've added a pay in full option and a 4-month payment plan. And these changes will affect both of those pages. They'll be identical, other than, of course, the actual payment amounts. So here you can see the option to add a testimonial section and individual testimonials, and it will look like this on the side. Then you can add optional bullet points with a header, like here are some of the perks and these checkboxes. This is exactly what it will look like. And it is optional to include a guarantee. It is not a requirement for online courses or digital products, but I will say that I have always had guarantees for my online courses because I believe in the work that I've created and I like having a satisfaction guarantee to de-risk the purchase. So I think it's completely up to you, not a right or wrong choice, but this is where you could include it. And you'd want to make sure that this was also reflected in your terms and conditions. So let's just briefly preview the page. So what I'm going to do is click Preview Your Checkout Page to show it in a new tab. This is what the checkout page looks like. And you can see on the right, we have the thumbnail, the name of the course, and the price point. And then the payment info could be added on the side. And when somebody clicks Buy Now, they'll either land on the thank you page or the enrolled curriculum page, depending on your settings. To access the URL for this page, I'm going to head back into the admin dashboard, and I'll just close out of a few of these tabs. And then you can see under the pricing tab that there's a URL for each of the price points. So if you built a sales page on your Squarespace or WordPress website, you can grab this URL for a button that goes to the pay in full option, and this URL for a button that goes to the payment plan option. So in Teachable, you can't have a checkout page with 2 or more price points, but you can on your sales page have buttons that lead to the different checkout pages. Next, let's create and sell a coaching product in Teachable. So on the left, I'm going to click Coaching. And here we can click Create Coaching to add what is still technically called a product in Teachable. So I will call it Course Creation Coaching and click Continue. And you have the choice to have no intake form. People can go direct to checkout to make a purchase. You can have a form that precedes checkout, but there's no approval needed. Or you can say, I actually want somebody to submit this form first, and only after approval can they move forward and purchase this service. So maybe, for example, we'll pick that one today and click Continue. Same as we saw with the online course, you can set a price, change this, or add it later. So maybe what I will do is do a one-time purchase, and maybe I will just come up with this later. Maybe it's a package of a few calls, and I will call this one-time purchase, and you can change any of this later. So I'm just going to click Continue. Then you'll set their start date. So either they start the day that they purchase, or if you have a group class or just a date set in the future, you might pick a fixed date, which you could set here. but I'm going to assume this is a coaching service or consulting service that I offer on an ongoing basis. So I will pick on the enrollment date. Then you can add what's called a milestone. This is usually the first moment that the client is going to learn about what it's like to work with you. So you might want to include a little bit of information here on what that experience will be like. Optionally, you might also add scheduling, and you could link to your calendar for them to choose a time to meet with you. For example, I use Calendly, or you could use Zcal, and you can add that link here. I am going to turn this off just for now, but I will add kind of a placeholder, description goes here, just so you can see what shows up when I click finish. Now we've created our product, so let's click continue. And just as we had a menu for course creation, we have a slightly different menu here for the coaching product. So here's the basic info, including the title, a thumbnail, you, the author, and then this is where you could connect with Calendly. There is an integration. Then under pages, you can edit the sales page, the intake form here, and the checkout page and thank you page, just as we saw with the course. So the intake form is really the only different addition. And then under template, this is where we created that first milestone, and you can edit that here. But then as you continue working with the client, what will happen is that you'll see them under the enrolled section. So you'll see your client here. And after, let's say, your first call, you can actually add additional milestones, assignments, and scheduled calls. So you can continue working with your client through your Teachable portal. Next, let's sell a digital download in Teachable. In the sidebar, I'm going to click Digital Downloads and click Create Digital Download. Here, I'll give it a name and description, which you can change at any time. And then you'll choose a category. So for example, ebook might be the most common category, but you could also sell an audiobook, templates, and many other options. So I would say that this is more of a digitally editable template, my fictional example. So I'll set that here. And as you can see in the note, it helps determine the correct tax amount in your jurisdiction if applicable. So let's click continue. Now I'm going to skip the thumbnail image because we've seen what this looks like before. So I'll click I don't have one and continue. And I will set a price. Actually, let's click I don't know yet since you've seen me do this before and continue. Now here we need to upload the file itself. So I'm going to upload just a demo file for this product, but the other option is that you might redirect it to a URL. So it probably depends on what it is that you've built, but I'm going to go ahead and upload a PDF. Let's click upload. And here is the PDF that I've included, and I will click continue. This is a review of everything we've added. My thumbnail image would go here, and I'm going to click finish. Once again, we can see a shortened menu on the side where we have the product name, category, and description. We have the option to update our sales page and checkout page, and you can set the price point here, just as we did in the previous examples. I also want to show you the community feature in Teachable. Right now, this feature is new and still in beta mode. But in the menu, you can see community here, and you do need to be on a paid plan to access this area. So I've logged into my own paid Teachable account, and here you can see that right now in this example, all students have access, but you could change access to limit this to certain students in specific programs. You can also change the categories in the sidebar. So right now, these are the default options, but maybe instead of feedback, staff, and general, I might add a category that is more related to my business. So maybe I would call this course creation and set the permissions and click save. What I'm going to do is preview this in a new tab just to show you what it looks like. So this is not actively used right now at Wit and Wire, but I thought this would at least give you a preview of what is possible. So in the sidebar, you can see all of the topics in one area, or you could click into a specific category to see anything filed under that topic. So I have just one example post here, and you can see if you click into a post that people have the option to reply, heart, or bookmark it. So for example, if somebody replied, this is what it would look like. Happy to be here. And then I could reply. So here is my reply. And then on the top, you can see notifications. So it's a pretty essential community, but I am excited to see how they continue to develop this in the future. Next, we'll switch over to e-commerce features, starting with order bumps and upsells. To start, I'm going to click into the courses menu and select an individual course. Then in the menu, I can click upsell funnel to see my options. So we have the option to add an order bump on the checkout page, and this is usually a checkbox or toggle that allows someone to add a related purchase, typically at a discount, before they click submit. On the other hand, the post-purchase offer or thank you page upsell are very similar, and they both offer a product to the buyer after they have submitted the checkout page. Finally, your last option is to add an upsell within an individual lesson in the course. And this could make sense if there's a very closely related product, or if you might want to add a one-on-one call for purchase to somebody taking your course. I'm going to show the order bump as an example. This is only available on a paid plan, so I am going to switch over to my own paid account. Here's a preview of the order bump builder. So you'll select a product type and then the specific product from the dropdown. Then you'll pick an existing price point, and you might choose to discount it because it is common that order bumps offer a special price. And then on the right side, you can add a headline and description to appear on the checkout page. What I'm going to do is click save, and then I'll open up the preview of that checkout page to show you what it looks like. In this preview, you can see what a typical Teachable checkout page looks like. And when we scroll to the bottom, you can now see the bonus offer. And if someone clicks add to order, it will change their total on the side, and you can see 2 products here, and they can click buy now to purchase both at once. Let's also take a look at adding coupons. This feature is only available on paid plans. But to create a coupon, typically you'll go to courses or another type of product, and then within an individual product, like the Teachable Blueprint demo course, you'll click coupons here and then add new coupon. Now you can create what's called a multiple use coupon, which is the standard type, meaning that one code will work for multiple people, or infrequently, you'll create a lot of single use coupons. But most of us will choose multiple use and click next. Then you can decide between a percentage or an amount. So you could offer $10 off or a 10% coupon. So maybe for today, we'll do 10%, and you can choose which pricing plan or plans it applies to. So there's only one for this demo course, and I'm going to make up a coupon, and maybe I will just call it 10%. And this internal name would be for you only. So, I'm obviously doing this for a YouTube demo, but a better example might be Black Friday promotion. Then you can choose how many are available and when it expires. And if you want an unlimited amount, I think 10,000 will cover it. There's not technically an unlimited number, but maybe this looks good to me for now. And you do have the option to show when it expires or becomes unavailable at checkout. But I think by default, maybe people would leave this blank, although it's up to you. So let me click save. Now I can see my coupon here, and I can preview it, which would show this coupon applied at checkout. There is also the option to create what are called school-wide coupons. So while this coupon is only active for one program or course, you could also have a coupon that applied to everything. And I do think Black Friday could be a good example of a time where you would use that site-wide coupon. You can head right here to Site Coupons to check those out. So you would click Site here, and then you would go to Coupons to create a site-wide coupon. You might also choose to boost sales through a referral program or affiliate program. With a referral program, you'll head to Site and then Referral Program. And in this case, you can allow your students to offer discounts on your programs to their friends. And the discount is a required piece of the referral program. Now, on the other hand, you might prefer an affiliate program, which can be found under Users, Affiliates. And here you can decide if you want to have external affiliates. And then there are some additional settings about what percentage they would earn and how long their cookie is active. So the cookie says that for 60 days, if somebody clicks on this partner's affiliate link, they will still be eligible to earn commission. Neither option is required, but it's noteworthy that referrals are available on all Teachable plans, while the affiliate program feature is only available on the Pro plan and up. Let's also talk about Teachable Pay and BackOffice. Teachable is a checkout platform, and more specifically, they're one of the only course creation platforms that can act as a merchant of record, meaning that they not only can calculate sales tax at checkout and VAT tax at checkout, but they can also remit those taxes on your behalf. So that's a huge competitive advantage. And under settings, you'll see payments. And this is where you can see Teachable Pay. You can update your payout frequency. And if you do enable BackOffice, which has those additional features, you can add additional settings like Buy Now, Pay Later, PayPal at checkout, and automatic author and affiliate payouts. This is something I recommend reading up on more, so I'll leave a few links in the description. And although I can't offer accounting, tax, or legal advice, I do think that being a merchant of record is definitely a big advantage in Teachable's favor to put your mind at ease about how money is flowing both in and out of your business. Let's also talk about other apps and integrations. Teachable is a course creation specialist, meaning that it doesn't necessarily build a full-featured website with a blog, nor does it do email marketing. You may have noticed the email feature in the dashboard, but you can really only send emails to students within a specific program. You can't really build an email list and send out regular newsletters or sales emails, nor can you build automations. So here you can see just a few examples of some of the tools that Teachable integrates with, including a few popular email marketing platforms. And if you are curious to learn more about email marketing, you'll find some additional links in the description. Teachable also has a WordPress plugin. So if you install the plugin on your WordPress site, you can bring the information about a product into an individual page, as you see here in the preview, or you can embed a Teachable checkout onto an existing page on your WordPress site. You can visit witandwire.com/teachable to create your own free account. Or if you're interested in creating and selling your own online courses, but you aren't sure where to start or what to do next, you can visit witandwire.com/courses to learn more about our step-by-step programs that simplify the process for online business owners. If you enjoyed this tutorial, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Wit and Wire before you go. And while you're here, here's another video that I think you might enjoy.